Catholic family. And was a kid that, because I went to Catholic schools, I went to Mass every single day. And when I got to be in the 4th grade, this is when the great altar boy contest began. To be an altar boy, really all you had to do was memorize a whole bunch of Latin. And then they'd give you your dress and they'd teach you all the other stuff. But the big thing you had to do was memorize all the Latin responses to the things the priest was saying. And this was pre-Vatican II, so it was all still the high mystery, back to the congregation, liturgy in a dead language kind of thing. And I wanted to be an altar boy because I wanted to be close to the action, and it was better than sitting in a pew next to Johnny Kirchmar and Jim Greenhack and just trying not to be bored every day. But what it did is it caused me to really pay attention to all the English that was happening. So when the readings came out and the prayers that you were asked to participate in, because they were at a premium in this mysterious, wondrous liturgy, I really thought about them. And this was a song that I wrote right after that terrible thing that happened in southeastern Pennsylvania when the fella came into the Amish girls' school, and for no apparent reason killed a bunch of these young girls. And well, the song will explain what was so extraordinary about the aftermath of that. But whenever you end up using something very topical in a song that you would like to think might have legs beyond the 24-hour news cycle, you have to be prepared to update it as best you can. So as you can see, I did that. After the shootings at the Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston. Town that I was born in, early every Sunday morning we drive past those fields of corn that led us to St. James. Planted in those hard oak pews, your neighbors sitting next to you, we said the words each of us knew as well as our own names. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy is your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Give us this day our bread. Then came the hardest part, the one that troubled every heart, those haunting words of mystery that long have followed after me. Forgive us as we forgive, forgive us as we forgive, forgive us as we forgive each other. Oh, forgive us as we forgive, forgive us as we forgive, forgive us. Those days my soul and heart have often strayed, but still I bow my life to pray those sweet familiar words. Though the meanings shift and dart, whenever I come to that part, it stirs my soul, it stills my heart like nothing I have heard. Forgive us as we forgive, forgive us as we forgive each other. Oh, forgive us as we forgive us as we forgive us. In that Carolina town, that awful day, that awful sound when hatred struck the church folks down, a tale too often heard. The families of those fallen nine, they knew the grief, they knew the crime, but somehow, somewhere they could find the strength to say these words: forgive us as we forgive us as we forgive us as we forgive each other. Sometimes what's holy is so true, it's standing right in front of you. There's nothing you can really do, there's nothing you can say, except to humbly take your place. And in all the trials that you face, may we somehow find the grace to live the words we pray. Forgive us as we forgive us as we forgive us as we forgive each other. Oh, forgive us as we forgive us as we forgive us. Forgive. And I've been singing that song a little more these days, just because I think this is a time that the whole notion of forgiveness and is in short supply, and how people, when first the Amish families and then the families of the Charleston victims, first public pronouncement was to forgive the killers, and everyone just thought, how can they possibly do that? And it's because they prayed it every Sunday of their lives, and probably more often than that. C.S. Lewis used to say, people need to be reminded more than they need to be educated. It was sort of that was the kernel in the center of Y'all Means All, for instance, and a lot of songs that I've been trying to write that sort of address that whole notion of being reminded of what we already know rather than being educated.